Here comes the news with a twist and a grin. Stephen Allen diving in again.
Britain is in the grip of a vomiting epidemic caused by nauseating TV adverts.
He'll hit your brain like a lightning spark. Stephen Allen,
On slavery,
almost failing.
investigating
Laughs and facts served out plainly.
Look at your face.
Your
Like, what are you
dose
going to do
of
with that,
wit,
Steve?
it's never shady. Stephen Allen, almost daily.
Hello, and let's darn well try this all over again. I'm Stephen Allen. Let's even try and do let's do the flipping intro. I'm Stephen Allen, and welcome along to another crack at trying to do this. Honestly, I have no idea why it quite went so wrong. Wrong one. No, definitely not that one. Hey. So now, it just needed restarting twice. No idea why. We're up and running. Thank you very much for retuning in. Some of us. Phoenix is back. Sorry, Toodles is back. Phoenix, rising from the ashes. The problem now is with these ones, whenever there's, and I've not quite gotten to the bottom of it, this computer it's really good. i9. Oh, tons of absolutely everything. It's got 2 graphics cards, and I think that might have been the slight over-egging of the pudding when I got it all set up. Some graphics causes some... Every so often it just blue screens, which is not what you want. And I'm trying to get to the bottom of it, me and AI. Martin says, slick. Thank you. In fact, you know what? Let's try and get some... there you go. The chat's back. Kerms says, reboot when the crowd says no, Selector. Yep. And Selector, I hardly knew her. Hit those thumbs up, says Martin. Even I wouldn't thumbs up yet, but there we go. Ems, Steve, you had too much sleep. That was it. In fact, you know what? This will be a good test for how emotionally regulated I feel after some good sleep. Because normally when we have to require a reboot at the start of these things, the next 10 minutes of the show is just me being in a bad mood. But I don't think I am, which is worried. Proper means is back. It's worrying, isn't it? Maybe have I stopped caring? I don't know. We'll find out. There's some energy drinks to drink anyway at some point. And is Colin Cam still working? Colin Cam's still working. What more do you want? So let's do front pages. By the way, I got the jingles back. Front pages. Better crack on and try and get through this then, don't we? Here we go. The front pages, we have the Daily Mail going with Health Experts Guide to Surviving England's 1 a.m. World Cup kickoff and the morning after. You could just not. I mean, I realise that most of the coverage of football-related news that's not just about scores. The beers are too expensive. The kits are too expensive. How can you stay up till gone one drinking? You could just not. For all of them. Stop. Look, be grateful for what you might be about to get rather than, I feel sorry. Shut up. You just don't do it then. Or do it and stop moaning. England's big all-nighter is the front page of the Daily Mail. Pubs will be open until 5 a.m. on Monday as nation prepares for the working week with next to no sleep. Then don't. Go to sleep, or, here's the thing, take Monday off. I'm not even into football, and I realise what a dumb idea to carry on with Monday. It's just have the bank holiday. It's the front page of some other ones going about bank holidays. Yeah! Just getting that ready, because I realise the title of today's show is Football Holiday. I don't like football. Oh, no. I like days off. A lot of work went into that. A lot of reboots required for the USBs for that. I don't like football. I like days off. Now I just want to sit around playing that. It's the groovy tune, isn't it? So, yeah, take the day off because we won't be that productive anyway. The argument against it would be, should we really lose a day of productivity in the UK that has... Yeah, we're not going to do... As if the day will be a functional day anyway. Take the day... Flipping... Did I tell you about the guy who was in the middle of the road when I drove home from GB News of the night, which was the night when England won a thing, right? So I drove home. I'm getting back about, I guess, 1:15 in the morning. And there was a woman in the road, in the middle of the road. I won't tell you which road. I'm going to dox myself, but like 2 streets away. But one of the road, it's a road, not a street, because it's a thing that leads somewhere. It's not simply a place with houses. We all know that, right? And there's a woman doing this in the road. Don't flag me down, because the way my mind works is, this is a scam. Am I going to get scammed? Am I going to wake up with no kidneys? Because that's how my mind works. So anyway, she's flagged me down. And what she was trying to do is simply to get me to not drive over what she was stood in front of. And it looked like a crumpled bag or something. Maybe an animal had been hit. And as I drove round, it was just a boyfriend on the floor going, England! Why can't I drive over him? What? Because I think everything... Anyway, so I didn't. I drove round and they were going, oi, like that. Those people should not be at work within a handful of hours from them. Take the flipping day off. Do you know what I mean? In the comment section, M says, I didn't realise Sarah Millican sang that. I don't like cake. I love it. Why, man? Cake. Never mind the football. What about Danny Murphy's missing cat story? That was amazing. I should have loaded it in so I could play it, but I'm not going to mess with the computer today. But I didn't realize you can do that in sports commentary. Just do other stories. Well, the football was happening. It wasn't like a half time or they're eating oranges or whatever they do. The football's happening. The 2 commentators were chatting about a cat. I could do that. Yes, well, just an update on. I mean, there's loads of stories going on around here. I'm trying to think. I could give you a Colin Cam update. Yes, so while the football's happening, an update on Colin. Colin's been having a good season so far. And like and subscribe. Why, man? I don't like cake. What do we get to? Front pages. He was a sleeping policeman. I hope he wasn't. He was very undercover. Front page of the Times. Is your estate agent ripping you off? Yeah. No, I imagine that's how it works, isn't it? That's the business model. Am I not right in that? I love my husband, but I had to leave him. All right. No, I'm not even. There's no way I'm going to read that. I don't give two. I didn't marry him. Andy Burnham said there is room in Labour's manifesto for movement on tax. I like it, but in which direction? Because I feel there's been a lot of movement on tax, and sometimes you want to push when someone wants you to pull, and you got to get the right balance. You know what I'm saying? He draws up plans to increase public spending. Oh, I don't sound good. That sounds if he's increasing spending. The movement on tax is going to be up the wazoo. I like it out of the wazoo. The former mayor of Greater Manchester said he would stick to the central pledge of the manifesto, which was not to increase the main... BS again. However, in his first interview since winning the Makerfield by-election, he said there was flexibility for other taxes to rise. I don't like taxing. That's the end of that story. Colon Cam, I am not shoving this up my colon again. Hello. Hello. You've never listened to Test Match Special. No, you're right. It's about 10% cricket. That's still 10% too much, but I see what you're doing there. I'll take it. What else is happening on the front pages? Oh, yeah, pubs can stay up until... Yeah, we've just done that one. Yeah, do it. Go on, knock yourself out. Just don't go on about it. The Daily Telegraph. Change law to kick out rapist number 10 told. You shouldn't have to be told. That feels like an easy win. If you were to, and I know obviously you can't boil things down to simple yes or no's. Of course you can, but I'm making it look like I'm clever. You can't. Obviously there's nuance in this world. But if one were to try and boil down this to a yes or no issue, should you kick out rapists? People whom should be deported for any odd crime, who get done for that crime, should you deport them? Yes or no? It feels like it's an easy one, isn't it? And just because there's some old law from the 70s, Christ on a bike, I'm from the 70s and I'm old. I'm ready to be redone. So feel free to redo those laws from the 70s that stop you doing that. Bish, bash, bosh, jobs are good. I'm glad we got that one sorted. NHS shopping vouchers for walking 20 minutes a day. Hang on. I can walk for 20 minutes today, and I need some vouchers. Let's have a look. Discounts and shopping vouchers will be given to people who walk 20 minutes a day under NHS-backed plan to get Britain moving. But in which direction? Millions will be urged to meet daily walking targets in a campaign led by Sir Brendan Foster, the former Olympic medalist. Oh, don't do that. No, don't. He's a former Olympic medalist. In comparison, I'm going to be like, oh, I'm not going to be like that. I might as well sit down and eat cake. I don't like cake. I love it. And Sir Keith Mills, the Air Miles inventor. Why didn't he call it Air Mills? And London Olympic Supreme. Why? Just get me someone who can barely walk, promoting walking. I'll be like, if they can do it, I can do it. Get one of them. Get Gemma Collins. I don't want to finish that sentence, but come on. If it was, all right, I'm doing walking. I'm like, yeah, you're doing 10 yards, and I can beat that. I will feel good about myself when I'm out walking. In fact, you know what? The NHS app. You know the people you get. Steve Cram is one of the voices on the advanced running app. I'm never going to run like him, but get some absolute lard ass doing the voiceover, and I'll feel pretty good about it. Get me one of the roly-polies from Les Dawson. They're all dead. Not just because it was a while ago. If there were a graph about BMI and longevity, and there is one, there's a zone, there's a coloured in, shaded in bit of that graph where the roly-polies would exist, and that date is gone. Prove me wrong. Are there any roly-polies from Les Dawson's roly-polies left? There's something that AI needs to work on. The mass participation movement aims to get people to sign up to walk 20 minutes a day, the equivalent of 26.2 a month. Thank God. Yeah, I could do that. Honestly, I mean, I don't know how long it is to walk from the hospital to the shops, but if you give me some vouchers, we can make this work. And on the chat, we're going Ems says, I really don't like cricket, but I love listening to Stumped on the World Service. It's like a amputee podcast, is it? NHS vouchers for what? To spend on private dentists or booper? Private dancers, more like. And bumpers. I have no idea what we're doing. Surely under the walking coupon scheme, by the end of the week, everyone will be over an hour from home. Then what? You have to walk home. That's how they get you. The vouchers will be for Uber then to get back. The old vouchers. I don't like cricket. I love it. I doubt the mighty Atom is still around. My mass won't be participating. Right, fair enough. Shall I press this to try and get the camera up? No, okay. I don't know if I dare. Have I done it? Oh, Justin's here. I moved to the kitchen and the bathroom. I bet that adds about 20 minutes a day. What are you doing in the bathroom that takes 20 minutes? Actually, what are you doing in the kitchen that takes 20 minutes? What kind of a phone-in is this? Also on the front page of... What do we got? We can close this bad boy up by doing the... Where's it gone? Labour failed to prepare for power before winning landslide, admits McSweeney. Yeah. How is that not news from earlier this year? Have I got the wrong copy of the eye? And finally, extra time. We've covered that one. Right, we're up to date with the front pages. Let's get further in the news.
Let's get inside the news.
Ding, 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 ding. I wonder why it felt wrong. Me controllers were the wrong way around as well. Hang on. Where's he gone? Where's the... There he is. There he is. He's ready for it. Speaking of which... Hello, I'm Colin. That big bloke wants me to say this. You could go to ko-fi.com/Mr. Stephen Allen and donate some money. But I won't get any of it. So honestly, I don't give two shits. Bye. It's a good point, well made. Where's he gone? Where's the... In the news. We start today with, what should we do? Should we just do them all one at a time? Let's power through them. Oh, I like this story. I'll tell you why I like this story in a sec. Recycled A-Levels board is rebuked. I have to look that one up. Should have done some A-Levels. An exam board has been rebuked by regulators for recycling A-level maths test paper. And you don't really stop to think about it. The fact they have to come up with new questions all the time. And they didn't. They thought, come on, we'll just slap some of the old questions in. And the reason I like this is, look, I am going to defend maths all the time. But those people who say, what do I need to study maths? How often do you use that again later in your professional life? I always think they haven't got a point. No. Some people use it. Turns out people who write A-level maths papers aren't even using maths. All right, fair enough. Maybe stick to doing it. But for all of those people who don't like maths and say, like, when am I going to use trigonometry? Yeah, when you're going to use an acrostic poem, you absolute prat. So you use more maths than you use acrostic poems in life, even if you don't use any maths. You know what I mean? Front page of acrostic. What bothers me about an acrostic poem? Poems, right? They're tolerable. Things are quite funny when they rhyme. It's not a poem. It's graphic design. What do you do? It's just press and return more. It's just, what? How is that a poem? Not front page. Inside, well, this is the Metro. This is bun in the oven and now on the cake. A slice of the future expectant couples revealing baby news joy with scan images on treat. Flipping heck. This is as bad as gender reveal, isn't it? So what you got here is that you can have a scan, because they can print on icing now. They've done it forever, but someone's thought, why don't we do these scans? Why don't we do these scan things on a cake? And I'll tell you why. It's because even when you print them on paper, you can't work out what's going on there. It's a scam, isn't it? It's not a scan. It's a scam. I've had 2 kids, and every single time I've had to pay £10 for one of those small Polaroid things, I think, you're printing off any old guff. This is just some ink stirred around, isn't it? This is like when you're trying to do that thing we put ink on the surface of a bit of water and put a paper in. I can't see any of it. And they go, yeah, there's the head. I genuinely, and I'm not trying to be harsh, had a family member who said, he looks like you. You can see bone at best. You can see underdeveloped skeletal structure. How do you know it looks like me? Can you see my bones? Do you want to see my bones? So you've got that. Scans in general, they look like a weather front moving in. If you'd have drawn in a small outline of the UK and said there's an area of low pressure, I'd be like, yeah. I can see that just as much as I can actually see a spine. And then on top of that, you get the gender reveal nonsense. Oh, we're having a baby. Congratulations. That's the end of that conversation. Why don't you come round and witness a reveal of, just say the word, is it a boy or a girl? You could do that. I thought one of the upsides of this nonsense about, work it out, who you get to pick your own gender, would be that we don't find out the gender of the kid you're having, because I don't care. No one cares. No one cares other than you and maybe that baby. And the baby, it doesn't care yet. Very few people care. But now you're going to make a big song and dance about it, like pull out an explosion. And we're very modern, we're very progressive, and yet we will be boiling genders down to pink for girls and blue for boys when we pop open that balloon. And now you're going to have a scan on top of a flipping, oh, look, congratulations, it's a vertebrate. Flipping. But I do like cake. I'm starting to enjoy today's show. I don't think after the start we would do. What's this one? Beers are open till... this is almost serious news. Let's get this done early doors. Big tax and fries. Maybe Rachel Reeves is already looking for her next job as she braces for Andy Burnham to kick her out. There she is. She's serving a FIFA World Cup meal. The thing is, give her a day and a half and this will be written up on her LinkedIn as head of McDonald's. There is no way that's not. Why do people pose for these things? She must know the go-to joke on that is, you're going to be out of a job, look what you're going to be doing. I know she's done some bad, let's turn up to a petrol forecourt and not be shouted at by van men. How did they think that was a good idea? But anyway, this idea of there's a photo opportunity. What will you do? I'll serve a burger and fries. Do they want it to be in the newspaper? Every newspaper today has done the same joke. Do they want it to be like that? Joodles, have you forgotten to put pants on again? Can you sit? Hang on. No, I've left the shorts on, and they're almost done up. While we're talking about exercise, ad break exercise cuts risk of cancer. Well, then stop watching the BBC. Getting up and doing housework in ad breaks cuts your risk of cancer, researchers say. How have they researched? Who does that? How have they found the cohort of people who watch TV, but when the ad break's on, get up and do housework? It's not a thing, is it? I'll play you an ad break again if you want to go and do the dishes. Those who spend long stints on the sofa were found to be more likely to die from the disease. No. The risk began to increase after 30 minutes and grew with every extra hour of lounging. That's life. But breaking up idle time with half an hour... How long are these ad breaks on? This whole thing is guff. Guff, I tell you. Utter guff. But if you want to go and just save yourself from cancer. Hello, I'm Colin. That big bloke wants me to say this. You could go to kofi.com/Mr. Stephen Allen and donate some money. But I won't get any of it. So honestly, I don't give two shits. Why does he have a weird hand? Anyway, AI, thanks. We are encouraged to recycle, says Hi-Ho Kermit, even though the reality is those A-level maths papers end up in toxic dump in some third world country. Yeah. Or whatever we're calling them these days. You probably can't call them third world. By then, you've got to be calling it tertiary. It's an integer that belongs to the real set. It's a prime. It's one of the primes. It's one of the primes. That makes them feel better, doesn't it? I heard some young kids, says Kermit, chatting in the supermarket. I think you've been warned about that, but all right. And the girl was saying someone could use yellow as the colour for their gender reveal, as the baby might not be binary. Are we talking about chromodynamics? I don't think there's a chord that relates to chromodynamics, but there we go. Is Colin Andy Burnham? All right. Andy Burden, more like, it's proper memes. Colin is very rude. He's a little tinker, this guy. You wanna watch him? Where's he gone? Where is he? The low res version is somehow better, isn't it? Also in the news, I've got a feeling we might have covered this one, but it does kind of. Mulch and Gabbana, supermodel Kate's new flower range. Supermodel Kate Moss is scenting a new career path with her own floristry range. That's what we needed. The 52-year-old is launching the venture following the collapse of her Cosmos wellness brand. What's one down from wellness? Can I be a florist? Can I run a post office? Kate, who has embraced nature. She's not. What? Oh, since moving to the countryside. She walks around naked, but she did that for a living. A source said Kate fell in love with gardening. What's that? You're called Moss. How is that not the brand that you've gone for? Do you know what I mean? Hang on. Paul's here. Calling Colin colon is unkind. Well, he might like it. I'm not here to yuck your yum. Using yellow as gender reveal is racist, says Proper Memes. I mean, Yep. Are you saying that over there, all of the gender reveals in the Far East are the balloon pops, yellow confetti, and a gong? Why would you even mention a gong gets rung? Cliche, man. You can't say that. You can't say that, Proper Memes. You can't. No wonder you get so many of your things banned. Didn't Kim Wilde become I can't say that, can I? She did. And she was in Hertfordshire, not too far away from me. Paul says, hi, Joodles. Well, that's between you, isn't it? While we're talking about people who were famous in the 70s and 80s, was Kim Wilde? She was definitely 80s. Did she start in the 70s? Well, she doesn't want to be associated with our next topic. So, I mean, it's a terrible intro. For somehow, Kim Wilde comes off very badly in this intro, and I'm not sure why. Former pop star Gary Glitter has been charged with 4 sexual offences. I mean, yes, I think we've covered this news in the past. It's happened again. And it is such a shame because if the songs were rubbish, then I think we'd have just thoroughly ignored this. Do you know what I mean? There's a sliding scale, isn't it? Like, Come on, you want to be in my gang, all of that. It feels a shame. They were good songs, but the crimes far outweighed the songs. We don't play those songs on radio because of the level of wrong'un that we're dealing with here. Whereas Michael Jackson's songs are just too good. I think that's why we ended up with that court case verdict. Whereas, honestly, if you're a member of Steps, you got to be careful about getting a speeding ticket. I would willingly never play any of them. Tragedy. It's not, is it? I'll get over it. So there we go. I don't want to be in his gang, actually. If that's the question you're asking, I think I'm fine, thanks. Hang on. Have I opened the other can yet? ASMR. Yeah. God, that's horrible. Glitter Rap is a collaboration with P. Diddy. Yep. Only Chris Martin's Child has Yellow Reveal. And he sings it too, says Paul. I like that. Paul Gadd is from the town I live in, says Paul. And you're called Paul. You're called Paul. And he's called Paul. You're from your town. He's from your town. Can we have a quick look at your hard drive? I feel that just for the sake, before we carry on, quick little look, quick little snifty through your hidden files, if you don't mind. I'll just do a quick search star.jpg. Let's see what comes up. And just a couple of first glimpses, but it's fine. Glitter does not have the rights to his songs, so he gets no money from plays. Yeah, but it still feels icky, doesn't it? I know the Oasis one let us all learn about that. And it was included, one of the songs included in the film The Joker. Or Joker, I can't remember. Oh, come on, Deeper Shade of Blue was a banger. But not that much of, if there were a graph of goodness of song versus badness of sex crime, there would be a graph, and there'd be a shaded area, and the roly-polies wouldn't be on it. And weirdly, there would be 1 point on the X equals Y line that belongs to the Eurythmics. 1984. 1984 on the X-axis. That feels weird. Having a song called Sex, Crime. I don't even like introducing that Meredith Brooks song. I feel rude, but I don't have to say that on the radio. On the way next, Sex Crime. Then again, if I was working for Radio 1, don't join Paul's gang. I've not until he shows me his hard drive. I just realised I've damaged my wrist on this hand as well. I'm absolutely in the war. I'm in the wars. Katy Perry. Katy Perry is surrounded by hunky men in muscly suits at her Only England, which is like OnlyFans but just posher, gig of the summer in Blenheim Palace. There's less nudity because of the temperature on Only England, but you do what you can. No, I included this in the show because it says not a robot. Because of that thing that she did where she looked like a robot. In fact, you know what? I don't think I loaded it in because everything broke on the computer, but I do have a little, I think here we are, Katy Perry. I've dragged it in. You remember when she did this? And everyone thought she was a robot. And as much as I love to think that she's a robot, that's not what robots do, is it? She just blinked funny. The best case scenario, what you should be thinking about there is not that she's a robot. She's got a glass eye. She's got a glass eye like those dolls. You know the ones where you tip them back, and because of some sort of weight system, their eyes do that. She's one of them. Oops. Whereas, but now she's embracing it. She's not a robot. She looks nothing like a robot. If Keir Starmer came out with a T-shirt saying "not a robot," now we're getting onto something, and he might do because he'll be at a loose end soon. Kermit says, more cigar burns. Blink if you need help, Steve. Yeah, no, well, yeah. Look at that. Look at that. No, you can't see it. Oh, don't worry. There's many a camera. Look at that. You know what that's from? I trapped my skin against my watch. That's what happened. Katy Perry needs help, apparently. She needs something, doesn't she? Hey, Steve, says Charlotte. Sorry I'm late. You've missed nothing. The computer, bro. It's not one of my finest, but it's absolutely fine. It's all right. The cleaner is holding him hostage. Cleaner. Nuts. Okay, well, she's not turned up yet. Okay, well, that's fine. No, she's not late. It's meant to be here at 12. Cleaner, he hardly knew her. I don't think she. Yep. Got help up by a client. So did the cleaner, apparently. Oh, I'm reading out the comments without showing you. There's a couple of ones here. This is hopefully funny, but it'll get us cancelled. A nurse asked Santa Claus for our country back in an online post, a tribunal heard. If it's a joke, come on, you got to allow people to do these jokes. Tina Orbell, I never met her, reported by 6 people. I found 25 anti-immigration posts. Look, if it were just the joke one, because I don't. It has to be a joke. Because I don't think she really thought Santa was going to deliver that. So I think we can definitely categorize it as a joke. Or she is 25 and has not heard the news yet. And I'm not going to say the news. I don't know if kids are watching this, but the idea that she was like going to ask Santa for our country back and it would get delivered. So clearly it's a joke, and it's a joke that you should be allowed to do. Whether you like the joke or not, it's up to you. But also, she's barking up the wrong tree. Santa's a foreigner. Does he live in the UK? No, then I think you're talking to the wrong. I mean, he's the wrong one to ask. Coming over here, breaking into our chimneys. I just realised, is this now on scan mode? Yeah, it stalks me. Our top teenage gripes, the most infuriating habits by teens, from snacking to watching telly all day, have been revealed. The last time we talked about teens, I misunderstood and thought it was an extract from Hugh Edwards' latest Substack. So I thought this was the same here. What's the most annoying thing about teens? Almost puts you off them. Empty milk cartons shoved in the fridge and abandoned crisp packets and air fryers. The topping the list is I'm bored on repeat, like comedy. I can't believe we've done a survey to thoroughly character assassinate one group of people. You couldn't do this with anyone else, could you? You go and find the survey of most annoying thing about women, and let's see which publication no longer exists. You pick any other demographic, any other indicator of demographic, and have a crack at seeing what's the most annoying thing about it. And yet teens were allowed to go in studs high. Football comment. Let's have a look. Paul says, does eating Danish and drinking coffee count as housework? No. Thanks for asking. No, I've pondered that for a while. And you're thinking of breakfast. I get confused between the two as well. Because the cleaner comes around and does breakfast for half an hour. Just depending on what Danish's name is. Bob Villain blocked her wish, I guess. Oh, I see, yeah. And Danish name is Tesco. I'm very confused. Bob Villain ate too many vegan donuts and is now Blob Villain. Let's get this finished. There you go, for balance, after that last one. Foreign crisps better. Holidaymakers claim foreign crisps are one of their favourite things about going away. I don't know if you've heard about international imports, but I'm going to blow your flipping mind. You could buy those crisps. Some 39% enjoy trying flavours which aren't available in the UK. 29% even like sampling those they can't translate or understand. That's a brave one, isn't it? Going in, what are these crisp flavour? I can't understand that word. Let's just eat it anyway. Joe Manning, a sports shop manager from Littleport, Cambridgeshire, is known better online as the crisp connoisseur. That's an insult, isn't it? That's a nickname for the fat co-worker. Yeah, I'd say he was late today. The old crisp connoisseur over there. The old playing salad dodgeball. That bloke. Hang on. Every other of my comments gets censored. Sorry, I've left it on the wrong chat thing again. I could read out the other ones, can't I? What have we got? Boat people. Now I see why do you not see why you get held back? Should start importing French crisps to pay for their upkeep. Yeah, bring them over. And yay, says Elite. Hi, Steve. Thank you for coming back. I think we're almost done with whatever kind of a mess of a show this was. Although, of course, we do have to do a little bit of this. You know.
Here are the plugs where you can see
Hi, I'm Stephen Allen, and these are some of the places you could see me this week. It's just today. Tonight, at 8 o'clock, there's a stand-up comedy gig in Crowthorne, wherever that is, but it's got to be somewhere that's about an hour and a half away, because that's what I put in my diary. So I'll be driving from there to Paddington, GB News, where I'll be talking about some of the things in the news. Probably football, because I'm asked a lot about football, and I do feel sorry for the fact that the internet has a lot of me talking about the football on it. You think AI wastes energy. There are servers with clips of me being stored, talking about football. And then that's it. Go to substack.com for more of the stuff I'll try and write over the weekend. And there's also clicking subscribe and stuff on youtube.com. I think that's about it. Let's have a look. Saw a sign advertising a builders called Paul Down. Surely they should be in demolition. Oh. Hang on. Does Colin turn into Batman when you're not in the shed? I don't know. I'm not in the shed. I'm not in the shed. Where's he gone? I'm Batman. I think it's getting better, isn't it? It's not looking too hideous. Maybe I've got a microphone up there to try and cover some of the stuff. That's not really worked. And then the boxes. I'll tidy the boxes. But this is getting better. The card that protects me from getting too much blue light on my face, I guess I could read. I could have it say, like and subscribe. Maybe I should be doing most of these. This should be in a meeting off air, I guess. Let's have a look. Feeling guilty, Joodles, also. Thank you. Yay, on GBN. Yeah, picked up a bit of last-minute work, so that's good. Steve, any reason you look like a miserable so-and-so today? Guilt? No, it's not. It's just having to restart a computer. Not guilt at all. I got invited on a holiday. You missed that earlier. You've cheered up now, that's true. ASMR. But you have more cameras on the shed than the GB News studio. Yeah, that's true. And they've got ones that pan and tilt and all that lark as well these days. Not quick enough, is it? Not quick enough. God, that sentence was badly written. Yeah. And now you know how I feel. Let's turn the... there you go. And now it's just sat there. Ah, hello there. So, what have we learned today? Nothing. Thank you very much for watching. Tuesday, we'll be back with another one of these, if the kit works. I have RBF2. Well, you can get yourself down the doctors, don't you? What's a red big fur ball? You got red big fur ball? I think that's how acronyms work. You can just have a guess, can't you? Steve's computer had a hard drive check and needed a reboot. Star.jpg, and no wonder it was busy. When the only thing cropping up in your task manager is the taskmanager.exe, something's gone wrong. You know what I mean? I'm going to have that as a tattoo. Thank you very much for watching. I think we're about done. Tuesday, we'll go have another crack at doing some sort of a look through the news. I'm going to go and do something technical now. The kit's fine. It's the caboodle you need to worry about. I do worry about the caboodle. That's where the that's where the main issue. That's where the crux of my problems are. Right up the caboodle. And until next time, have yourself a good one. Bye.
Here comes the news with a twist and a grin. Stephen Allen diving in again.
Britain is in the grip of a vomiting epidemic.
Are we sure?
Nauseating TV adverts
He'll hit your brain like a lightning spark. Stephen Allen,
on slavery.
almost daily.
Investigating
Laughs and facts served out plainly.
You look at your face, like, what are you going to do with that, Steve?
It's never shady. Stephen Allen, almost daily.
I don't like cake.